Alright, so I've come to this job today. The pump was leaking, and in a usual place where it tends to be the pump seal. So what I'm going to do is just turn the pump off and close the valve because it's a bit lower than the pool water level. So I'll just shut everything off so nothing comes rushing back. I'm going to take the lid off the pump. Just going to loosen the unions and so I can get the pump out of the way and work on it a bit easier. So what I'll do is take the pump outside, make it a lot easier to work on. Undo the band in the middle. Basically this just splits the pump in half. As it's been on a while, it's quite tight, so you just need to prise it off. When the band's off, you can split the pump in half. This bit here is the diffuser. I'm just going to undo all the nuts around the outside. And then what you'll have underneath is the pump impeller. Well, I need to take that off, so basically I'll put like a flat-headed screwdriver on the back. In that slot, which is the shaft, goes right through the middle of the pump, and untighten it from the other side. Sometimes they're pretty hard to take off, but that one came off pretty easy. Put the back on, put it on its back, and this is the pump seal. Basically, you can see there used to be a copper cone. You can see a little bit of it at the bottom. It's just been eaten away by bad chemicals. Basically need to try and get the old pump seal out. Not very easy most of the time. What I'll do is undo those 4 nuts holding the seal plate to the motor. Loosen all 4 off, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. And basically you can pull the seal plate away from the motor and that will help get the seal itself off. Sometimes you might need to give it a little tap with a hammer or whatever you've got. That's it, that's the seal off. Last bit of the copper cone still in there. shaft's looking a bit dodgy. That's the old copper cone out. Now what I'll need to do is clear up where the new seal will sit. Get all the little bits out. Also sort the shaft out a little bit. Get a little wire brush, or sometimes I use sandpaper. Now we can put this sill plate back on. Put the bolts back in to tighten the sill plate to the motor. This is a new mechanical sill. No copper cone with this one. It's got a bigger O-ring on it to stop any leaking. Comes in two parts. This bit goes on first. Next part, shiny ceramic part, goes down on top of the white part. Push it in together nice and tight. And then you can put the impeller back on. Tighten that up. Flathead screwdriver on the back of the shaft. And the diffuser goes back on. Grease up all the O-rings. Helps a lot when putting it back together. And put the clamp back together. Give it a little tap around the outsides to get rid of any slack. Put it back in place. And let's put it back in place, and you can do up the unions. Open the skimmer valve, and as it's below water, it'll prime itself up. Stick the lid back on. Put it back on filter, and then we can turn the pump on. No longer leaking. Job done. I'll leave you boys for the ball work.